just to go through the runners and riders as Yuki Takahashi, Deicha Kreisart and Amadou Stera are on first row.
And second row we have Tomoyoshi Koyama, fourth on the grid, fifth on the grid Ryuji Yokoi, and sixth on the grid is Ratapong Villarod.
The ties of Titipong and Anucha, who came second yesterday, are joined by Demaseki on row 3.
Row 4, 10th on the grid Makoto Inagaki, 11th Jackie Swangswat, in 12th Suhaitai Chiamsap.
That's a strong lineup. On row 5, Zakwan Zaide, the defending champion, alongside Okubu and Mitsunori Okamura, the two Japanese.
Row 6, 16 on the grid Yuki Ito, 17 on the grid Andy Farid Istiha, 18 on the grid Rafi Topan Fujito.
And row 7, Noriyuki Haga, the veteran on the other Suzuki, alongside Haslan Shah and Pongpera Kankanup.
And row 8, 22nd on the grid Muhammad Farid Badrul Hisham, 33rd on the grid Muhammad Fitri Asrar Razali, 24th on the grid is Akechai Chiang Wong.
Lights go off. We are underway in the final race of the season. It's a decent start from Yuki Takahashi, but Kreisart has just got inside of him, and Kreisart will lead into the first corner, but Takahashi is very, very close behind.
Yes, good start by the Kreisart. He had the whole shot to be in front after the first corner, but Yuki Takahashi quickly get back to the front of the group, and then we have Tomoyoshi Koyama as well in front there. And now battling in the front group as well. So it's early in the race, and it's no incident, everything is good. And they are now currently, it's Koyama now leading in front of the Kreisart.
So Koyama, he's the one who needs to stay ahead of Ahmed Yudhistira, and it's Koyama who's just in second place at the moment. Kreisart leading the way. Takahashi, as usual, is in that leading group. Where is Ahmed Yudhistira? That's probably the big question. The green livery currently in 6th place. He cannot let Koyama get too far ahead, although we are in the very early stages.
Still very early. The Kreisart, remember watching him race before in the ARRC, and nobody else can come near the Kreisart except Salampur Polamar at that time, his teammate. And now he's leading the race. We expected something like this yesterday, but it did not happen. And now it is a Kreisart in front there with Koyama and Yuki Takahashi, and then Ratapa Villarod now 5th, together with Ryuji Yokoi.
All the while I'm looking for Amadou Stera. There he is, just hanging on in 5th place. They come through the start-finish line for the first time. 16 laps in the race, 15 laps to go, and it is Deicha Kreisart who's looking very confident. He had a good look at the track yesterday, but now he's coming out and he's flown off the traps. He is leading. Koyama second, Takahashi third, and Yokoi has got himself up into the top 4. Yudhistira currently in 6th.
Now I'm wondering what happened to the Kreisart yesterday, because this is the Kreisart that we thought we can watch yesterday, and is now leading and in front of Koyama, and also you get Takahashi, but Takahashi already in front of Koyama, and now we have Ahmad Yudhistira is trying to catch the front group. He's the leader of the second group in front of Ratapong Villarod and Titipong Warakon.
Indeed, Yudhistira, you can see him there, just a little slide. He's just making sure the front 3 don't get too far away. Currently, he's in P4. The Kawasaki team look on, not exactly enthusiastically, but they're looking on all the same. Koyama is there leading the way, and there is Ahmad Yudhistira. That is the real battle that we've got. It's the battle for second overall. Takahashi goes into the lead for the very first time, and there's some encouragement there for Ahmad Yudhistira.
Yeah, because he's closing the gap quite quickly there, and now he's joining the front group by Ahmad Yudhistira, and there were quite a gap between him and the front group before, and now there's no more gap, and he's currently right at the tail of Koyama. Yes, Koyama with the Kreisart and Yuki Takahashi are battling for P1.
All of these leading groups are on medium front and rear tyres. As for Zakwan Zaide, he started on the soft compound at the front. He's not got off to a great start. He's 14th overall as we come into the midsection of lap number 3.
Yeah, Yuri said the fastest lap, 1 minute 39.602 seconds. That's the reason why he's now currently in front together with his group. Yuri's, whoa, what a move there by Yuri Zitira. Yuri Zitira now leading the race from the inside of three riders, Decha Kraisa, Yuki Takahashi and Tomoji Koyama.
And Koyama just responds, three abreast. Takahashi, he immediately takes control. Amadou Destera, though, just drops in front of Koyama. That's the battle for second place overall. A phenomenal overtaking maneuver by Udestera, averaging 164.6 kilometers per hour for the lap. He is really gunning for it.
I would love to see once again how he made that move. You see, from behind, dive to the inside of three riders, Decha Kraisa, Yuki and Koyama at one go, and get in front of the three riders, and they must be surprised to see Amadou Destera in front of them. But now he's currently third behind Yuki Takahashi and Decha Kraisa.
Well, Takahashi took over in race number 1 that took place here in Buriram yesterday, and from here he just went on to a 10.5 second victory. It doesn't look like he's going to get away in the same way here, because Decha Kraisa is staying close to him. Udestera is having a cracking race, but Koyama has latched onto his back wheel and he is watching him like a hawk. They come round the first corner. There is less than 0.6 of a second between 1 and 4.
Well, after 2-3 laps, we saw that is Amadou Destera who set the fastest time, 1 minute 39.602 seconds, and Yuki Takahashi has yet to dip below 1 minute 40 seconds. Yesterday, he's consistently did 1 minute 39, 1 minute 38 seconds for him to have that huge gap for him to win that race easily. But currently, he's doing in 1 minute 40 seconds for Yuki Takahashi.
We saw a slight lapse of concentration there from Takahashi, and Decha Kraisa just pushed in front, so Kraisa is leading the way. Takahashi second, his best lap of 140.004, just to back up what you were saying, and he's taking it a little bit easier. Amadou Destera, meantime, lapping up 139. Koyama currently in 4th place in the T-Pro Uzi Honda. Terrific race, and these 4 have got away from the rest.
Where did he get that speed, Amadou Destera? Because he's clearly faster than the rest in the top 4. He's now behind the front 2. I'm sure that he can overtake the front 2 if he can have a clear line, because he's clearly faster than Yuki Takahashi and Decha Kraisa.
I'll focus very much on this battle for P3. They're just on the back wheel as it is Kraisa who goes over the start-finish line first. Second is Takahashi, but there's barely a wheel length between 3rd and 4th, Amadou Destera and Koyama. And these 4 are pulling away behind them. You've got Ratapong, Anucha, Titipong and Dimas Eki. Zakwan Zaidi looking for him. He's dropping further and further down, as is Jakrit.
Zakwan improves his place from 14th to 11th, but in front, Decha Kraisa is doing 1 minute 39, and again, Yudi set the fastest time. This is Inagaki. Yeah. 89. That's 89. He had a problem with his bike.
At the front end, yes. Wow, Amadou Destera took advantage of the confusion at the back, and Amadou Destera has taken the lead ahead of Takahashi. Kraisa, as they come into the technical part, Amadou Destera lapping at 139.6 at the moment.
Well, this is interesting to see, because we were talking about how Yuki Takahashi dominated the race yesterday, and now Amadou Destera is in front for the Kawasaki team. It would be a splendid present for his team before he's moving to the Astra Honda next year. He's not only in front of Yuki Takahashi and Decha Kraisa, 2 of the champion of ARRC.
As Decha Kraisa goes through inside Takahashi, who goes inside Udestera, Koyama just watches and admires. So from 1st to 3rd inside 100 meters for Amadou Destera. Top racing.
We are watching a fantastic race here, the final race of the season. And then we have now Yuki Takahashi trying to get from the inside of Decha Kraisa right now, long straight line. Honda is doing very well to be the Decha Kraisat. Decha is trying to protect his line, but Yuki Takahashi is in front. This is battle for P1 together with Ahmad Yudhishthira.
Well, these four really are making a real race of it. But it's Takahashi who's got himself back in front, and we're not even a third of the way through the race and we're already getting a little bit breathless. But it's all a case of just finding out the line of the track, the best place to overtake, what the top line speed is. Takahashi once again goes on the inside. Kraisat and just nearly force him wide. Takahashi, good form, back in the lead.
Whilst we are looking at a great battle in front, now we have Koyama joining, and then together with Koyama and Anucha, Nacha Konsri, Data Pamilaran, all of them now battling for P1. Well, this looks like a little gap there.
Is this Takahashi pulling away once again? He was able to do this yesterday, and certainly in the early stages of this race, it didn't look like Takahashi would have the ability, but this time, he's suddenly got himself a good half second, maybe more, as they come around the final corner. He goes over the line first, and the distance between Takahashi and Decha Kraisat in second is 0.642. He's pulled half a second in half a lap.
But he's still doing 1 minute 40 seconds because Takahashi is doing 1 minute 40 seconds and 1 minute 41 by Decha Kraisat, Ahmad Yudhishthira, also Tomoshi Koyama. That's the answer for that. That's the reason why they have a gap, because the battle between them behind gives some advantage for Yuki to go a little bit in front with a half a second now, a gap between him and his group.
Now look at that battle for P2. Koyama's just got ahead of Ahmad Yudhishthira, but Ahmad Yudhishthira was able just to accelerate up the hill. He's got that little bit of extra power, it seems, on the long straights, but Takahashi, what an exhibition we had yesterday, and it looks like he's wanting to turn on the style once again today. He has got quite a healthy lead, and it looks like he's extending it, Harmy Tazim.
Yes, because already more than half a second and in front of the group. But Yudhishthira, we know he has the speed, whether he can last longer with the speed, but he's in front of Koyama. That is important for Yudhishthira, not to beat Yuki Takahashi, but to be in front of Koyama, for him to steal the second overall from Tomoshi Koyama.
Yudhishthira still got the fastest lap time, average speed around about 164.6 kilometers per hour, but tell you what, either he's slowing down or Takahashi is speeding up, because Takahashi, with 9 laps to go, he is going through the start-finish line in first place and is looking in great form, is Takahashi.
Yes, Takahashi, as we know, throughout the season, and his capability, what he is capable of doing, and this is what he's doing right now. He's 1.2 seconds now in front of Ahmad Yudhishthira.
And he's pulling even further away. He put half a second on in the last lap. Oh, Yudhishthira, though, he's just got to be aware of Koyama. He's got to finish ahead of Koyama if he's got any chance of coming in second place in the standings. 5 points is the differential. So in many ways, he needs to be 2 places ahead of Koyama if he is to nick second in the overall championship standings.
I think the answer will be 1 minute 39.488 seconds by Yuki Takahashi. In the previous lap, with Ahmad Yudhishthira is doing 1 minute 39.853. Koyama 1 minute 39.975. They need to do time better or faster than Yuki Takahashi for them to catch Yuki Takahashi in front. He's now 1.2 seconds in front of them. So if they want Takahashi to go further, what he did yesterday, they need to go faster than Takahashi.
Koyama is keeping Ahmad Yudhishthira just in his sight lines. He's not worried about Takahashi. Takahashi can do what Takahashi does best. Koyama is just looking after Ahmad Yudhishthira, keeps him in his sight lines, makes sure that he doesn't finish more than 1 place lower down. Nice and conservative into the difficult corner. Yudhishthira tries to accelerate away. Koyama goes with him. Takahashi's lead 2.1 seconds. Koyama third behind Yudhishthira.
I must say I'm very impressed with Ahmad Yudhishthira, that he is riding improved tremendously from the first race of the season in Sepang International Circuit, and now we are at Buriram in round 6, and he is now currently battling with Pupitu, and here comes Koyama overtaking him from the outside, and yes, it is regained his second place from Tomoshi Koyama.
He rather gambled on leaving the braking very late there, did Koyama. Ahmad Yudhishthira had the racing line. That's going to be a battle royale as Takahashi continues to extend his lead. Looking further down, Zakwan Zaidi currently in 10th ahead of Suhatai. Yuki Ito currently in 13th. The first of the Suzukis, Noriyuki Haga, in 14th, but they're 12.5 seconds adrift of the leader, Yuki Takahashi.
While Yuki Takahashi doing what he does best, 1:39.393 seconds, where the rest of the group is doing at least 1 minute 40 seconds. So this is the reason why now he had a healthy lead in front, and the gap now has been increased to 2.1 seconds from 1.2 seconds before this. So yesterday this is what happened, and then slowly until he reached a 10-second gap. But this is the battle that we are looking at. This is what concerns most on the track between Yudhishthira and Tomoyoshi Koyama.
Putting you on the bike, Army. How are you going to respond if you are Ahmad Yudhishthira? Are you just going to get on with your own race, or are you going to be worried about Koyama?
Well, it's going to be that the best thing to do is for him not to worry so much about Koyama and concentrate on the race, but it's easy to say that done because Koyama is right behind him. He can see Koyama pushing, and in fact he can feel Koyama breathing on his neck right now and trying to get from the inside of him. There comes Koyama and Deja Kraisat at one time, and Koyama now in front of Yudhishthira.
This time Koyama was able just to time the braking perfectly, and he's got on the inside. Yudhishthira unable to respond, and Koyama absolutely throttled down. Has he been able to hold on? He has indeed. And Ahmad Yudhishthira this time is just behind, and Deja Kraisat is just waiting for either of these guys to make a mistake, and he'll zip through into second. Behind him you've got Anucha and Titipong within arm's length of that race for P2.
These are all very experienced riders in Asia, especially for Deja Kraisat. Yudhishthira is still young, but he's there battling with Koyama in front there, and Koyama is getting his second place very well from Yudhishthira, but he still has 7 laps to go, and Yudhi still has a chance to beat Koyama, and judging from the time that they're doing, it's almost similar time between Yudhishthira and Koyama right now.
This the part of the lap where they've got to shift their weight. They've got to make sure their fitness is right. They're coming into the tough final corner. Yudhishthira right on the back wheel of Koyama, but Koyama, he's got the racing line. He accelerates away, although the gap between him and Yuki Takahashi, 3.1 seconds. So it's actually just come in a little bit, and this isn't the procession that Takahashi had yesterday, but it's still impressive.
And there's and then the group behind that we have Muhammad Zakwan Zaidi now improve his place to 10 behind Dimas Eki Pratama, because they also have their own battle behind the group. And this is for P7, Ratapong Wilarot, Andi Padli Izdiha, Dimas Eki Pratama, and Muhammad Zakwan Zaidi. So this is the battle.
That's Andy Farid, I think, has just gone through.
Oh, one rider is out. Who is that? You cannot see the number. This is not the front runners. I don't think these are the front runners. So it's still Yuki Takahashi, Koyama, Ahmad Yudhishthira, Deja Kraisat, Anucha, Nacha Kronsri, and Titipong Warakon in front.
Takahashi now lapping below 139.4, which is seriously quick. He is getting up towards the 165 kilometers per hour average speed, and he's got himself a lead of 3.2 seconds. Still Koyama, and Ahmad Yudhishthira's got back through ahead of Koyama, and still Deja Kraisat is just sitting on the tail, waiting for an opportunity to come through. And behind Deja Kraisat, who has a little look on the inside, the door is closed. Behind him you've got Anucha and Titipong, with Ratapong a further 2 seconds down in the race for P7.
Well, you know what, while they're having their own battle in front there, the group behind is closing down. They were before 2.3 seconds behind Titipong, Titipong and Andy Difference is 2 seconds, 2.4 seconds, and we still have 5 laps to go. So still have a chance for the group behind to catch up with this group. If they keep on having this battle, maybe the group behind can close down behind them.
Perfect racing conditions here in Buriram. Barely a cloud in the sky, just a little bit of wind, but it seems to have dropped off. So no problems for the riders. The sight lines are perfect. The track is clean and dry, and Ahmad Yudhishthira's got himself a little bit of a lead there against Tomoyasu Koyama. And Koyama under real pressure now from Deicha Kreisart.
Yes, a fantastic race by Ahmad Yudhishthira, and then Koyama is a very experienced rider, and maybe he's just waiting for the right moment and trying to test that back his move for him to overtake Yudhishthira, and thinking on how the best way and the best time to do it. And Deicha keep on trying to get past Koyama.
And let's not forget Anucha in this little sequence as well. Anucha came through from around about 5th in the penultimate lap to take 2nd overall in race number 1 here in Buriram yesterday. We are on race number 12 of the season. This is the finale to the Asia Road Racing Championships. It's the SuperSports 600cc race number 2. This the battle for P2. Indonesia's Ahmad Yudhishthira just holding on to 2nd. Koyama looks on the inside. Yudhishthira holds him off. This is going to go on for the next 4 laps, Harmy.
Yes, and indeed, and Koyama is trying to get a speed, but Kawasaki is known for the speed, a long straight speed, but in the corner that will be a little bit difficult for Yudhis as compared to Koyama's Honda and Deicha Kreisart, and then Deicha is making his move. Deicha is in front of the group right now.
And Ahmad Yudhishthira holds on to 2nd, so Kreisart goes from 4th to 2nd. A moment there for Titipong. He's just managed to hold on to it, but that couldn't cost him a couple of key seconds. Ahmad Yudhishthira looks off Deicha Kreisart. He looks on the inside. Kreisart closes the door.
Yes, Yudi is using the speed on his long straight line, but in the corner it's going to be quite difficult for Yudis to beat Deicha Kreisart and also Koyama. So Yudis is now using the advantage in long straight line, 3 long straight line for him to get the speed, to get the advantage, the gap to go in front. But Deicha Kreisart is closing down every time, every moment that he can.
Now, Yudhishthira wants Kreisart to separate him from Koyama. If he can get ahead of Kreisart and hope that Koyama stays there, Yudhishthira can take 2nd spot in the overall championships. We've got 3.5 laps to go, and that's the strategy that we're after. The champion, Takahashi, he's miles away. He's in his own race once again.
Yes, and Andy Farid now 2.3 seconds behind Titipong Warakon, the group in front. So with 3 laps to go, I don't think they can catch up to the front group. So let's concentrate in the front group with Ahmad Yudhishthira, Deicha Kreisart, Ahmad Yudhis now still Deicha leading the group in 2nd place, with Yudhis in 3rd place, Titipong, Tomoshi Koyama down to 5th right now. So Koyama is not getting better for Koyama. Koyama is using medium and medium tire, but he's losing the speed for Koyama. 141, 313 second, as compared to the rest is doing 140 second.
But Koyama goes on the inside on the hairpin on turn number 3 and is back now into 4th place. Bad news for Indonesia's Ahmad Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira needs to get ahead of Deicha Kreisart. The gap between 1st and 2nd, nearly 5.5 seconds. Takahashi is going to get a double here unless there's some catastrophe. But the battle behind him, that's where the fun and games really is.
Yes, indeed. Yudhis is using the speed in the long straight line, but as you can see, Koyama now gaining behind Yudhishthira, and that much different, the gap between these 5 riders. And Yudhis trying to get from the inside, but Koyama closed the door. It's less than a second within the top 3 of this group.
Takahashi posted the fastest lap. He is going away from this group, but this group of 5, they're too busy racing with each other. I think their focus is behind them rather than ahead of them. At the moment, it's Deicha Kreisart who has taken 2nd spot. The wild card could be a joker. Ahmad Yudhishthira has a look. That's the dangerous corner, but it's also the corner with the most potential to get yourself a place. Phenomenal racing, 2 laps to go. What a finale to the season.
Yeah, and again, Koyama is pushing Yudis, and Yudis is just right behind Deja Kreisat right now, thinking that then trying to get the best speed, the best moment for him to get past Deja Kreisat. He has the good speed as compared to the Deja's Yamaha, but Deja Kreisat is very experienced right there. Now he has the best time, the best moment for Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira is now in front of Koyama. Koyama also in front of Deja Kreisat right now. So Yudhishthira in second place, Koyama in third place.
Fabulous racing. It's bad news for Ahmad Yudhishthira because Koyama can stay close. It's 25 points for the win, 20 for second, 16 for third place. The gap between Yudhishthira and Koyama is 5 points, so he needs Kreisar to do him a big favour. He also needs to stay second, but Koyama holds on to his back wheel. 1.5 laps to go as they approach the 3 right-handers in a quick span of time.
And Koyama is right behind Yudhishthira. Koyama knows that as long as he's behind Yudhishthira, no matter what happens, he'll still be in the second place overall. And as you said, Yudhishthira is hoping that Deja will attack Koyama. But the problem is Deja, if he attacks Koyama, he also wants to attack Yudhishthira to be in front of the group.
Once again, it's been this kind of season, this kind of form we've seen right the way through all the 5 categories that we've been following throughout the Asia Road Racing Championships. We're on to the last lap. We're still no wiser who will come second. We know who's won the championship, and Takahashi is probably going to win this one. He's 6 seconds ahead. He was 10.5 seconds clear yesterday, but this is the race. Ahmad Yudhishthira needs to stay second. He needs Koyama to drop down a position.
Look at Koyama now. Koyama is trying to be. Whoa, Koyama and Deja Kreisat from the inside. Deja from the inside of Yudhishthira and Koyama. Koyama a little bit wide. Wide for Koyama. Oh no. Wide for Koyama and Deja in second, and Yudhishthira is third right now.
So Yudhishthira third, Kreisat in second. Koyama is dropped down to 5th. My sons, I haven't got enough fingers to count. But at the moment, Yudhishthira can pick up 16 points for third. It's 11 points for 5th. That would put them absolutely all level. Phenomenal. Look at Deja Kreisat and look at Anucha coming through as well.
Yeah, let's break it by Koyama there, a little bit wide, and where Deja Kreisat came in and took the advantage. This is, we almost forgot. We have Yuki Takahashi in front, and this is the last lap, so now let's take a focus on Yuki Takahashi. He's 6 seconds in front of that group, so Takahashi a few more corners to go for. In fact, he's coming to the turn 12, and Takahashi is about to win a race too, and Takahashi now crossing the finishing line for Takahashi.
Behind him, Takashi's won it! Oh, Ahmad Yudhishthira loses it. Although Koyama comes through, Ahmad Yudhishthira, it's that final corner once again. Mitazim, it is a corner of doom and a corner of opportunity. Ahmad Yudhishthira will work hard to push his bike over the line. It's a horrible ending to a fabulous effort to try to take second place, but it is an effort that is doomed to end in failure.
Yeah, he's running for him to cross the line with the bike. That's what he's trying to do. Fujiwara is calling him. Oh, what a sad ending for for Yudhishthira with the Kawasaki's team, and he was hoping to be on podium. He had a fantastic race. He had a great battle with Deja Kreisat, Koyama, Anucha, and he was there all the time. Must be frustrating for Ahmad Yudhishthira while Fujiwara was waiting at the finishing line.
No bones broken. I just think it's his heart.
He lost the control of the bike coming to the last corner, and that's where he lost the control of the bike, and well, it must be difficult for Ahmad Yudhishthira.
You can't do anything but give your absolute all, and Ahmad Yudhishthira has done that amidst all that drama on the final corner. Yuki Takahashi won by close to 6 seconds. Deicha Kreisar came through to second. Anucha picks up his second podium position of the weekend, and Koyama will pick up 13 points that secure his position in second in the overall championship standings. Titapong and Dimaseki completing the top 6. But there is the story of dejection.
Yeah, there Kazuki Fujiwara, and there's a long walk for Yudhishthira back to his garage with a clap of standing ovation by all around the paddock, because it was a really fantastic race for Ahmad Yudhishthira. I think this is the best for Yudhis as far as I can remember watching him racing.
Terrific way to end a terrific season. We won't forget, of course, the problems that we had in Sentul. We will always think of Zamri Baba and Fadli Imanuddin. And we'll always remember the dangers of SuperSports 600, but the thrills and the spills right until the final corner of the final race of the season. Once again, Hami Tazim, it's a sport to revel in.
Yes, I thought that we had Yuki Takahashi winning the race, so no more suspense, no more drama in the race, but we were wrong. Deicha Kreisat is on the podium in front of his home crowd. Hope to see him next year in the ARRC, honestly, because his team is confirmed entry for next year. Not sure about Deicha Kreisat and Chalampur Polamai. We'll have to see all of them racing in ARRC next year together with the young blood of like Yudhishthira, and we hope also that Zakwan Zaidi will bounce back and like what he did last year.
But to the victor the spoils. Well, Yuki Takahashi has done an awful lot of celebrating. Deicha Kreisart also as well, but they draped in the Japanese flag. And congratulations all around, a little bit more restrained than those of Deicha Kreisart. But that sport at its best, Hami. You had everybody giving their absolute all. And in the end, an incident on the final lap, on the final corner, causes this decision. Takahashi wins. 5.92 seconds clear of Kreisart. Anucha picks up his second podium. Further down, Zakun Zaidi picking up an 8th place. Another 8. Ratapong Guilarot 9th, and Akubu coming in 10th to complete the top 10 in the Honda. Honda, Yamaha, and then Honda from 4 through till 10. Continuing, Noriyuki Haga on the Suzuki. 11th, Yuki Ito. Disappointing season for Yuki Ito. It looked so promising up to Suzuka. Fell away since then. And then Rafi Topan on the other Suzuki in 15th. Suhatai in 18th. Ahmad Yudhishthira in the end finishes with 33 points, which doesn't reflect his work this season. Jakrik, great to see him back racing and giving it full throttle. He finishes in 22nd. And Inagaki and Badrul Hisham, they all crashed out. Of racing, and here the SuperSports Yuki Takahashi, 7 consecutive victories. That prize being handed out by Sam Hogg, managing director of Two Wheels Motor Racing. He's the overall 600cc champion. Rather splendid prize, bedecked with all the names of the previous winners of the competition, and it's quite an illustrious gathering now.
Yes, and the last 4 belongs to Musashi Bonshu Honda Racing with 4 different riders. I must say there's a different, difficult to do, because we had the Thai Yamaha dominated the race with 1 rider, and before Hamaguchi also with 1 rider. But the Musashi, there are 4 different winners in 4 different years.
All right, here with me once again is this year's SuperSport 600cc champion Yuki Takahashi. So first of all, let's talk about race 2 today. It's very different compared to race 1, but you still managed the same result and another double win here. So share with us, how was race 2?
Yeah, race was very enjoyed, because not like yesterday. So beginning of the race, first part of the track, Yamaha and Kawasaki very fast, so difficult to going alone. So then I fighting with many riders. So then I thought very difficult to going. So then, but okay, now I'm really calm. And after 5-6 laps, okay, now I push and finally I could make big gap to second. So I'm so happy.
So now that you worked so hard for one season to achieve this victory, share with us, how are you going to spend your off season before we start the new season? Are you going for a vacation or are you going straight back to training?
Yeah, straight back to training to ready for next year, and we will see what happens.
No vacation, no time off for a champion?
Yeah, I won't, but now third baby is coming, just maybe next week or something. So I have to work for her.
All right, thank you and congratulations on the new baby.
And last, I dedicate for Zamri, and thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Yuki Takahashi.
This is the final standing, the 600cc.
Okay, the provisional standings. This the race just needs to be confirmed, but we're not expecting anything different. Takahashi winning 70 points clear of Kayama, who was 18 points clear of Yuda Steer in the end. That was the result of that incident on the last corner. Yuki Ito comes fourth, Dimas Eki fifth, and then we go down to Zakwanzade, the defending champion in 10th. Fadli Imanudin accumulated enough points to complete the season in 9th place. Inagaki from Japan in the Yamaha 11th. Anucha, a couple of good finishers at the season's end to come in 13th. Zamri Baba accumulated enough points to come in 15th. And Suhatai, former champion, 31 points on the Honda. The Kawasaki's of Haslan Shah, Okamura and Farid Badrul Hisham. They're the top 20.